Hello, and welcome to New Beginnings Start Today, the podcast for people who want to grow deeper in their faith in the Lord. I'm your host, Dr. Douglas Keffer, a minister, licensed clinical pastoral counselor here in Roanoke, Virginia, with a passion for helping people to live their faith. Today, we will talk about trust goes two ways, and how you can have confidence that when you trust God, His response to you is going to be trustworthy. Let's look at this. How many times have you heard people say, I'm sorry, I won't do that again? The person that says they are sorry for what they did wants you to trust that what they say to you, and that should be the end of the matter. They do not want to basically give any thought to the fallout of what they did and how it affected you. They said what they were supposed to say, and that's that. The only problem is that they really do not take any into consideration any anything of what it is that they are asking you to do, which is don't hold me accountable to what I promised you because at this point, I just want to go on with my day. I told you I would not do it again. What else do you want from me? Hmm. You know all too well that this kind of demeanor does not build trust in that person because you have heard that empty promise too many times. I had a single mother whose oldest son had a real problem of stealing candy. The mom would go to get his clothes to wash and pulling the pants and the shirts and the underwear out from under his bed. She would find all kinds of candy wrappers, and she knew that she had not bought those. When she would confront him, he could stand there and barefaced lie to him that those were not his wrappers. After knowing that mom was not going to buy into his lying, he would confess that he had taken the candy from friends at school and that he would not do it ever again. She would bring this issue up in our counseling sessions, and the son would tell me the same thing. I won't do it again, Dr. Keffer. He wanted us to trust his word, but we could not because the stealing continued. Hmm. She would find these wrappers in the back of his closet and even in his pillowcase. What turned this around for this young boy was when his mother saw him eating a candy bar after they had just gotten groceries. She knew that she hadn't bought that candy bar and the boy had no money to buy it. She took him right back into the grocery store, asked for the store manager, and had her son confess to stealing the candy bar. The store manager uh, uh, saw the offer that mother made for paying for the candy, but she wanted the store manager to put the fear of God into her son of what could have happened to him if the manager had chosen to press charges on her son for shoplifting. This turned things around for her son, and she saw that he wanted her to trust him for not doing this again. Pardon me. I am glad to tell you that this boy is a young man now, and he has learned to trust his life to God to help him keep that promise. It's been exciting to watch the trust that has grown between this young man and his mom. King David learned the value of putting his trust in God to deliver him from the fears that he had in life as he was given the responsibility to be a king to God's people. This is especially seen as he wrote Psalm 143. Listen to his cry for strength to deal with the darkness of his world that he was living in when he wrote, Lord, hear my prayer. Listen to my cry for mercy. In your faithfulness and righteousness, come to my relief. Do not bring your servant into just judgment, for no one living is righteous before you. The enemy pursues me. He crushes me to the ground. He makes me dwell in the darkness like those long dead. So my spirit grows faint within me. My heart within me is dismayed. I remember the days of long ago. I meditate on all your works and consider what your hands have done. I spread out my hands to you. I thirst for you like a parched land. Answer me quickly, Lord. My spirit fails. Do not hide your face from me, or I will be like those who go down to the pit. Psalm 143, verses 1 through 7. We must learn that if we are going to build trust in what God promises that He will do for us, we have to learn how to go to Him in prayer and supplication. This isn't just looking at a situation that is uncomfortable and saying in passing, Lord, help me. There is a place for that, but that does not build a foundation to trust God for what you are having to deal with that has you in despair. David is acknowledging that God is faithful and righteous, and for that reason, the king can trust what he asks God to do as he has the right motive for the request. Did you hear the condition of David's life as he cried out to God for help? This kind of despair can overtake a person's life before they realize what is really happening to them. I counseled a wife who felt David's despair as she too felt. So my spirit grows faint within me. My heart within me is dismayed. This is what was going on between her and her husband. He would not admit to the fact that his lying to my client caused there to be a lack of trust in their marriage. She would find clothes or jewelries missing and ask if he had seen them. He would act so hurt that she would even suggest that he had done something with them. She would search for the items and would find them hidden in another closet or on top of the refrigerator. She would show him that she found them, and he would still deny that he had anything to do with their disappearance. This wife had to learn how to put her trust in God's grace and mercy to sustain her in dealing with this distrust that her husband fostered. The tragedy is that the husband did not care how his behavior affected her or their son. There is way too much of this kind of behavior going on today. We have to learn that the trust we need from the other people in our lives is not always going to be given to us. This means we have to go to God and seek his grace and mercy. And King David shows us how he did that when he wrote, "Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you. Show me the way I should go, for to you I entrust my life." Psalm 143, verse 8. There was a reason David wanted God to share with him God's unfailing love in the morning. He knew how hard his day was going to be with all the responsibilities he had as a king. Most of us will not face those kind of responsibilities that David did as king each day. But the ones we do are very challenging, and you have to be ready for what life throws at you. I cannot tell you how my life has been blessed with the regiment I have in the mornings. I shut the radio off at 6 o'clock, give my heart keeper a kiss, and get dressed and I leave the bedroom. I turn the lights on over the kitchen counter and walk immediately to the dining room table and hear God say to me, "Good morning, son." Then I say back to him, "Good morning, Father. Today is ours, and I need your help. I love you, Father." He tells me that he loves me and to trust him for what he has in store for me that day. This conversation is as real as any I would have with anyone in my day. I have done this for longer than I can remember. This allows me to really identify with David saying, "Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you." You have to hear the importance of trusting God with your life, beginning in the morning to accept his unfailing love. Many of you have a hard time with that this concept of really experiencing God's unfailing love. So few have had that kind of love given to you in your physical lives, and so very hard to believe it would be given you from God who you cannot see. I want to encourage you to learn how to ask God to show me the way I should go. This means you have to learn to trust what you read in the Bible to be true, and you believe that what you are reading is going to allow you to grow your faith by having a consistent prayer life. You will know in your spirit, you will know in your spirit that things are so different. The time with your family in the morning is going to be more than just busyness of what needs to be done before you and your spouse and the children get out the door. Tell your spouse and your children that you love them before you and they leave to start your workday and the children being ready to start another day at school. You will see that when you arrive at work, there will be a different attitude you will have. It will be not be it will not be that you're just somewhere where you're going to get a paycheck, but you are going to do the work of your job with the assurance God put you there to make a difference. He wants you to be a witness to those you work with and that you have an enthusiasm that they wish they had. You will truly believe that God has purposed your life, and you will want to bring him praise by how you live in your daily life. This kind of trust truly goes two ways, as David says, "For I have put my trust in you." I want each of you to believe that God wants you to trust him for whatever you face in your life. Satan wants us to not believe that we can trust God this way, but that's just a lie. I want you to think about the wonderful blessings you see given to you each day. Cherish the kiss your spouse gives you in the morning. Thank God for your daughter that hugged you as soon as she saw you come home from work. Enjoy the great friendships you have with those you work with, and they really appreciate you for who you are. This is God loving you, and in return, you can trust this love every day, and you will be enriched so that you can give that trust to others who need to find hope in their lives. Thank you for listening to this episode, and I want to invite you to contact me and share how you are feeling God's trust in your life as you are trusting Him more each day. Answer this question: how, by trusting God with your life, enhances your trust in others? If you're seeing this on YouTube, please click on the subscribe button and the like button, and click on the share button and share it with your friends. This will be so helpful to me. Tell me about other issues that you would like me to address by leaving your comments, and you can email me at drdouglaskeffer@gmail.com. I also encourage you to order a copy of my new book, New Beginnings Start Today with God. It's on Amazon. I'll leave a link below. Until next time, God bless each of you.